Well, hey guys, welcome to another edition of Positively Famous Live. And my name is Dawn Wolf. If you don't know who I am, thank you so much for tuning in today. Um, I happen to have a really fun special guest that was going to be here on Tuesday, but we did not end up doing the show. So she was able to come back. And so, yeah, really excited to have Cheryl here with Benny the ice skating dog. So if you are new around here, tell me in the comments so I can say hello. Love to always meet new people. So hopefully everything is good with the sound. Everything's good now. Happy Friday to you. Hi, guys. So yes, it is Friday, right? So normally I just do my happy hour fun show, but like I said, I have a very special guest who is going to be here earlier in the week. So hopefully, it's going to work out that, those of you who had hoped to see that show, you were able to come back today and meet Benny. So, well, hi, Gail. Hi, Deborah. Teresa. I know this is going to be so much fun. Hi, Lindsay. So thank you guys for letting me know that my sound was not working in the beginning. So I hopefully got everything all cleared up. But I'm going to go ahead and get started and bring Cheryl in and introduce her to you guys. I've been so excited to have her come on the show here. All right, let me bring in Cheryl. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. So I'm really excited to have you come on. I have never ever even heard of a dog that ice skates. That is like so cool, and it's so funny because it's so hot out. You're in Las Vegas, so it didn't even occur to me that that would be like an ice place, ice hockey kind of a place. But they did just get their major team there going with hockey. So let me just do this, Cheryl. So tell us a little bit about you, and then I want to talk about Benny. So are you from Las Vegas?
No, I'm not from Las Vegas. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio originally. We've been out here for 20 years.
Oh, okay. All right. And so tell us, how did you get Benny? Before he turned into this ice skating dog, tell us a little bit about Benny.
Well, Benny's a rescue dog from Salt Lake City. He was in the pound up there for 6 months before that I got him. I was looking to get a lab, particularly a lab, but I wanted a rescue. So I was following the rescue organizations that did labs, and I was monitoring all the shelters and rescues in the general area here in Las Vegas, Utah, California and stuff. And his picture came up online. And he just had these really soulful eyes and really like something connected with the picture. So I inquired about him. He had to have a rescue pull him. So the Las Vegas Lab Rescue pulled him and had him brought down from Salt Lake City. Took like 3 or 4 different drives from different volunteers, and then he finally got here, and then I got him.
So you were a professional ice skater yourself? Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
And so how did it occur to you to take your rescue dog and then put him on the ice? Like, how did that happen? Because most people are going to get a rescue dog and it doesn't occur to them to take them ice skating, even if they did what you did for a living. So what happened? How did that come about?
Well, after I got Benny, from the very beginning, I could tell how smart he was, and he could pick up things after one time of, showing him a trick. He could pick it up and do it, and then we could do it not for a year, and he would remember it, and it was really quite incredible. So I started a lot of training with him, a lot of obedience at first. Then we did trick training, and we did all kinds of tricks, and he got kind of popular out here in Las Vegas, and he did some events for a few different organizations and stuff. And then one of he specializes in pet photography out here. Rick from Bark Gallery, he contacted me when the Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights, made it to the Stanley Cup playoffs their first year, and it was huge out here. So he contacted me and wanted to know if we would do a video of Benny just running around on the ice, carrying a puck, carrying a stick, running into the net, and, you know, doing all that kind of stuff that he could already do through his trick training. So I said, certainly. So we went and we did it. And the little video that we made for it got 40,000 views on Facebook just from our personal Facebook accounts. And plus Benny loved the ice because, you know, it is hot here. We did it in May 2 years ago now. And he loved running around the ice. He loved carrying the stick, and he loves any kind of interaction he can do with me. So he really loved it. And so after that, like a week or two later, I started thinking I can maybe get him to really ice skate. Just came to me. I don't know how.
Okay.
It took 2 months to dream up a pair of skates. And once I did that, he actually could skate the very first day we went.
Wow. Well, I want to show a clip of him actually skating because I just thought it was like so cool. Let me see if I can bring this in and show everyone. All right. Oh my goodness. Like he is turning, like seriously,
Oh, yeah,
watch this dog's feet, guys.
He can do crossovers, yes.
I mean, when I saw that,
I don't know when. I'm not sure when that clip was from, but I think that's one of the earlier pieces of him skating too. Since then, he's gotten even better.
Wow. Well, I'd love
pretty remarkable dog.
See an update of Better because yeah, I did go back on your timeline and kind of look at him. But you know, as I talked to my audience a little bit, I think maybe earlier in the week or last week when I was talking about Benny coming on, like I've seen animals surf and roller skate, you know, and skateboard, and some of them look like they're, you know, not super thrilled about it, and other ones look like they're just naturals. And so when you know, we had gotten in touch, you and I, when I took a look at what he actually was doing and the look on the dog's face and how he was actually really maneuvering. He was really skating. He absolutely knows what he's doing. And you can see the joy in his face doing it. So I knew I wanted you to come on and be a guest because I just think that's incredible when you find a kind of a hidden talent with an animal that just brings them so much joy and so much joy to other people too, because I'm sure that all of the fans now who are into hockey and skating are just loving this dog, right? And loving, you know, what you guys are out there doing. So tell us some of the events that you've done with this ice skating dog now.
Well, we've done quite a few events. We've traveled around the country. We've done many things. We skated at the Vegas Golden Knights games twice. He skated there now on the NHL ice, the big time ice. He's the only dog, well, obviously, to ever ice skate out there. And it was a big hit. The Vegas Knights had us there in, I think it was November, and then they had us back at the beginning of March, right before the shutdown. And he was a huge hit. They posted the video of him on Twitter. It got like 1 million views like in 2 days on Twitter and stuff. And then we've also done the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in North Carolina. It was in this January, and we were invited to go there. He was part of the opening ceremonies, and he just blew everybody away. I mean, he was out there with Olympic champions, world champions, Paul Wiley, Brian Boitano met him. I mean, he was out there on the ice with all these people. And then he did the closing ceremony too. And he also did exhibitions during the week on a smaller rink. And like he followed Paul Wiley's exhibition, was one of his exhibitions. So it was really quite remarkable how many people he got to meet and met him, and how many people were so supportive. We couldn't walk through the concourse without being swarmed with people wanting to get his. We have cards, we have player cards like baseball cards, and they wanted his card. They wanted this. It was just incredible. And he's been on Good Morning America, the Today Show. We got an interview from Japan. I mean, it's an endless amount of things. I mean, people from Chile contacted me about sending them video. And I mean, it's just been everywhere you can think of. He's been on Sports Center.
Okay.
ESPN Sports Center a couple times, and I mean, it's just quite remarkable. I never thought it would turn into this, and it's just really, really a remarkable, story for him.
It really is. I mean, because in all of the world, I mean, because I'm on the internet a lot. I'm a researcher. I see stuff. People send me stuff. I've never heard of an ice skating dog. So I was like, that is just the coolest thing. And let's meet Mr. Benny. There he is.
There he is.
Oh my
There
God.
he is.
He's so handsome. Let me make sure everybody can really see him. What a sweet face on that boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's small for a lab. He only weighs about 48 pounds, and I think that lends to skating quite well. He's really light on his feet and agile, and he he's quite the poser too. So he's done some modeling for like Pendleton Woolens and Carolina Pet Company and some local modeling, and he can do almost anything you ask him to do. He's another one that can skateboard and climb trees. I mean, anything you can climb a ladder, anything he wants to do, he can do it.
Well, I hope that at some point, the production stuff kind of gets going again, because I do get calls from Las Vegas every now and again. So, absolutely would love to be able to put you guys to work doing something fun. He's so handsome, and his face is just so expressive, which I really love about him.
Yeah, he has a very expressive face, and you can tell what he's thinking. You can tell when he's happy or not so happy. If he likes a trick, if he doesn't like a trick, and he knows, because it just shows right on his face.
And so, is he your first lab type of a dog, or did you have labs before?
I had a lab, a black lab that I had rescued about 6 years before Benny, but he was about 7 or 8 when we rescued him, and I had him for about a month after I got Benny, and then he passed away. He was getting they figured he was about 14 years old, so he did pretty good. But I had them the two together at the same time for about a month, and now I have a chocolate lab too. I rescued a chocolate lab from the same organization, and she's a dock diver.
Wow! So Benny has a friend. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And so you're getting into the dock diving stuff too, which, I mean, in Vegas, that's really, really big out there. And it's so much fun. Does Benny like dock diving?
He's okay. He does.
Right.
He likes it, but it's not his specialty.
It's not his thing.
He's an average jumper. Mia, his sister's about 11 and a half years old now, so she's on the downside of doing the jumping. But yeah, she did really good, and we were really surprised, because she was a rescue. She was really heavy when we got her, and she lost like 30 pounds, and then she just took off she was flying through the air.
She was a little quirky, huh?
Oh, very quirky. Yeah, she was my foster failure. I fostered her and failed. Yeah, but they get along really good. That's his buddy. So.
Well, and so what is going on in Vegas? I know everything is been shut down, right? Are you still able to get into the rink to practice, or is that getting started again for you, or what's going on?
That's actually just starting up. It'll be starting this week, I think. Some of the rinks are opening, and it's still a limited amount of people on the ice at one time. So it's, I think, 50% capacity, but I'm just happy it started. Last time he skated was at the beginning of March for that Golden Knights game. And so he hasn't been on the ice for 3 months. So I'm hoping that we can get ice within the next couple of weeks. The Las Vegas Ice Center out here has been quite remarkable about, supporting us and helping us. And they always are very generous with their ice time with us. And so we're hoping to get back out there in the next couple of weeks. They're just reopening now.
Okay. Well, so maybe the Knights are going to get a little more involved with you. They would be very smart if they did. I'm just saying that would be very, very smart of them if they did. So you have to post it if something really, gets completely firmed up with you guys, because I think that would be fabulous.
Well, they just the Golden Knights just got a what is that called? Minor league team. Is that what it is? Minor league team out here. It's called the Henderson Silver Knights.
Oh, okay.
and they're like, one step lower than the NHL.
Sure.
And they're just starting. They just announced it. They're just getting the rink built and everything. So I'm hoping that that'll be something that they'll be interested in having Benny go to too, because that'll be more affordable for families to go to. And kids really, really love watching him skate.
Yes.
So he skates for a couple kids groups here already. He actually skates on the ice with them and everything, and they really love it.
Well, that's great. Yeah, because I mean, hockey can be a bit expensive. I've been to see the Lightning here in Florida, and it's a beautiful arena, and it's so much fun to go there. But every time I buy a ticket, I swear it's like $150. Just for
Yes.
so it's like $300 a piece for me and my son to go. But for his birthday, I do kind of go ahead and buy the tickets. So I don't know what your prices are like out there, but
No, that would be a good price out here. That's we're even more than that. Yeah.
wow. Well, that's great. I'm really excited for you guys that they're going to have this minor team, and maybe you guys can work something out there. So again, that would be
Yes.
super smart of them. And so if somebody else was curious about what it would be like to ice skate with their dog, hypothetically. So how did you, because you went out there and did you see he was just kind of a natural with just his regular feet on it? And so then you just got these ice skates built for him? Or, what if somebody else wanted to do something like this? What advice would you give them?
Well, because was a professional skater, I went out there with a vest on. It had a handle on the back, so I had taken a lot of safety precautions that he would not get hurt when we first started trying it. And
Sure.
I had all that done, and I have quite a bit of knowledge about ice, where the blade placement is, all that stuff. So I think it would be something that you'd have to have somebody that has some expertise in ice skating or hockey or figure skating, either one, to help you do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't really, there's just so many little nuances that, if you do something a quarter inch off, it's too much this way, too much that way. So when you have that knowledge, it was quite helpful. I have his ice skate here if you want to see it.
Absolutely.
So this is his ice skate. It's a double runner. So this is what he wears. And he wears them on his front feet only, and they're actually metal blades. And they're a little bit sharp, but they're not too sharp to cut you, that if he would bump them against his leg or anything. But these are them. I designed them, and I had them, the bottoms made by a metallurgist or metal maker, whatever you want to call that. So they made this, and then this was my design. First, this was up here was plastic, and this was metal. But the plastic would break. So now the whole thing is metal, so they haven't broke. He's been wearing these for over a year now, and they're still in perfect shape. So that's his ice skate.
That is amazing because, I definitely think that if somebody was like, oh, that sounds fun, it's not as easy as going out and trying your hand at other things, right?
No, it's just like ice skating. For you, especially for them, because they don't have like ankles that are this way like we
Yes.
do. You know what I mean? Their ankles are just basically this way. There's some flexibility in their whole arm, but not just their ankles. You have to be very careful where you place those blades so you don't put any kind of pressure on the, off a little bit, or anything like that. So we were extremely careful. We even talked to the veterinarian about it beforehand. And she kind of went over with us what we needed to look for and stuff like that. And especially at first, he would go every month or two and have his legs checked, just make sure it wasn't doing anything to his, I call them his ankles, or those joints, or I don't know if there's ankles or not, but and his shoulders and stuff. And he has had no problems whatsoever. And actually, I think it actually built his chest area up where he's even stronger. And that helps him, But yeah, it's kind of really, just like when you have little kids, you have to be careful with where you put it, although they have the flexibility to help themselves where the dog doesn't. So it's really up to you to get the right spot for them.
So what about his back feet? Do you rub them with anything, to kind of keep them in condition? Like, how does his back feet adjust to being on the ice? And how long do you actually keep him on the ice before you say, okay, it's time to like take him off? Because I can imagine for me, I don't know how long I could do it, but they're a little different for us.
Yeah, it's sort of like, dogs back in Cleveland, they go outside and play for an hour or something in the snow and they don't get frostbite or anything like that. They're just conditioned that way. Their pads are made that way. But it's not even so much for his feet, but we actually take a break every 10 or 15 minutes. That's all he does at a time. And we usually only do it for a half hour in total. So we'll do 10 minutes maybe, and then a 5-minute break, 10 minutes, 5-minute break, maybe 10 more minutes, and something like that. We did a couple, like I said, we had the Today Show come out actually to the ice rink with a drone and tape him and do a whole big thing on him. And that was almost an hour long, but he still had 10-minute breaks in between. So he doesn't seem to have any problem with the cold at all. Like I said, it's not that long and their feet are conditioned to it.
Sure.
And we take precautions. It's more of a mental break just because they need to have a break mentally after so long, more of that than the actual feet break. But other than that, he likes it out. He'll go out and skate by himself. If you leave the door open, he'll go out there by himself and skate.
Wow. Well, because I used to live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and, we had a lot of the dogs up there, the mushers and stuff like that. And I remember that they would always I think it was called like Musher's Secret or something. They were always rubbing stuff on the dogs because of all, to like thicken them up and condition them. So, yeah, I was just kind of curious if, he needed any of those things for him.
I have tried the Mushers, Mushers ointment or Mushers something. Yeah, I tried that on him. It actually made his back feet a little slippery on the ice.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not sure that you could put it on when they're on the ice. I think it was like to condition after to keep them from like getting cracked. I don't know what really ice skating does to a dog's paws, So.
No, he hasn't had any problem, like I said, any problems at all. And probably the first year we were extremely careful. Like I said, we were at the vet all the time having him checked because even the vet said, we don't know what, we don't have any information on what we look for, problems. So he went all the time, and he has a special relationship with his vet anyways, being she always says, when he goes next time, I'm going to be his traveling vet. She wants to go with him. Yeah. So,
well, dogs do run around on the ice. I've known plenty of people do like ice fishing and they have their dog with them. And so, that's, and he's a Labrador, so they're built for swimming and all that kind of good stuff. So, well, I think that's so cool that you were able to come up with a design that works for him to be able to go out and do this. I loved being able to see that. And so the boot, is that something that you purchased and you tried a whole bunch of different ones? Because I think the ones that I used to use when I lived in Alaska, I want to say they were called like Muttlux or something like that. Might have been the brand. I used to see them out at the trade shows and stuff, and I would always get those, but my dogs never. They were Jack Russells. They were like, we're good, we're fine, we don't want to wear this.
Actually, these are.
But I don't like the cold, so.
Yeah, he does. This is a dog boot, but I had it altered. I took it to the shoemaker, and I had it designed and changed quite a bit. It was just the easiest to start with something already made and have it changed and try to get something for like a shoemaker who really has no dog knowledge to even start from scratch. So we've stayed with the dog boot. This is our third different dog boot that we're using. We're pretty happy with this one. And although a figure skating company, Spiteri Boots, they're making a boot specifically for Benny. We had to take a mold of his foot and we sent it there. And so they molded his foot, and now they're working on something that they think that would be even better for a boot for Benny. And we're waiting to hear from them. They're in, where are they at? In Tennessee. Yep. They got hit by the tornadoes there in the wintertime or whenever that was. So they really got behind. And then, of course, the shutdown. So we're hoping in the next month or two, we'll be receiving those boots.
Well, that is really exciting. Yeah, you have to. We'll have to keep in touch. Or, we can go to your Instagram account and follow him because hopefully you'll post a picture of like the new one. I think that would be really, really cool.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and that's great. Maybe one of those people might want to help like sponsor you or something like that. Because come on, there's only one ice skating dog in the world, and these companies, they
I'm
should
really
be-
well. I guess I
in
really
my
don't want
opinion.
to. I really don't want to say the name of this boot because we haven't had any kind of interest from the boot company. Although we did from the guy with the making the bottoms, and other companies have been interested in using him for stuff, but not the boot company. But it's unfortunate that I had one that really wanted to do it, but their boots just didn't work for the skating. So.
Oh, gotcha. Well, like I said, I hope that, things kind of get back to somewhat normal here in the next few months for me and my business, Positively Famous. And, hopefully we can maybe, get you some work going. I think what you're doing is great and amazing. And Benny is so handsome and you're so sweet to have been so flexible to come back on here today with me. I really appreciate that. So, well, I'm we're going to keep in touch and, maybe we'll bring you back another time. If something, super exciting comes on, I hope that you'll let us know and you can come back on Positively Famous Live and talk with us again. So,
definitely.
But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And, next time I'm in Vegas, I know everything is kind of shut down, but, hopefully things will get back to normal and I'll be able to make a trip out there. I have lots of friends, lots of people out there. I know that you know some of them. So, yeah, you take care of yourself there, lady. And we'll look forward to hearing about your new dog there too in the future because chocolate labs do work at times. So. They're very nice dogs. So take care of yourself.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Benny.
Well, that was fun, you guys, right? I never even imagined an ice skating dog. And I just think that's so cool when you just see the joy in Benny, out there doing what he absolutely, I can't say he was born to do it because, but he kind of seems like he was born to do it. Okay. Really, really nice. Really nice people. So, and what a handsome dog there. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And like she said, if you ever consider doing that with your dog, definitely get some professional help because it's not the easiest thing to accomplish. And, if you get a chance out in Vegas, when things do get going, maybe you'll get a chance to meet her and Benny, or maybe they'll have her at some other ice skating event here around the country and you'll get to say hello in person. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off today. So on Monday, I have another really great guest that's going to come on, and it is Maverick, and he is a surfing cat, right? Is that cool? So, next week is Cat Week. So I have lots of amazing guests lined up for you. I'll be announcing them over the weekend, so you can come back to the page and kind of see who our lineup is. But it's going to be so much fun. And, I have room for maybe like one other cat person. So if you know anybody who has a really incredible cat that should come and be on our show next week, definitely, reach out to them and send them my information. I'd love to talk with them about the possibility. So it's going to be fun. Thank you guys again for tuning in and spending some of your day here with me and my show here, Positively Famous Live. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, and if you're not part of our Animal Actors community here on Facebook, please consider joining if this is something that you're interested in, getting your pet famous or into any kind of gigs. And if you enjoy my shows, the biggest compliment you can give me is to share them and to share my page with other people and let them know that, this is what I'm up to these days here. And like I said, hopefully things will get back to normal and we'll be able to put a bunch of animals back to work. But right now, I'm just having a wonderful time doing these shows and spending some time with each of you. So thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys back here on Monday at 3:00. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.